Okay,
Hello,
so we
everybody.
are. Yeah, you
Do
start.
you
It's
want
your
to...
channel. It's your channel. You can start.
Hello, everybody. This is Pitchskullblack here, and I am with Holly Williams Productions doing another live stream. He was originally going to do this on his channel, but he got befuddled by the live stream things. Am I right?
Yeah, basically there's a load of technical difficulties, and yeah, I just thought, why don't we just do it on your channel instead of what's like spending hours trying to sort it out on mine because I'm not the best
Yeah.
with computers, so I just thought we'll do it.
I've only got a Chromebook anyway, so it's not really even a computer.
Yeah, I'm just using like this old Samsung laptop, so
Right.
yeah. Right, so we're going to be talking about some of the Doctor Who books that don't really get a lot of coverage on YouTube, I think.
No, it's just Big Finish, Big Finish.
Yeah, I mean that's still good, but I think majority of people can't be asked, to read a book,
Yeah.
so it doesn't. They don't get talked about very much. There are a lot of book-based channels, but they're not. So there are very few which are Doctor Who related. To be honest, there are
Yeah.
hardly any channels.
So do you want to start off by talking about good or bad Doctor Who books, or...
Um, I guess we could talk about some of the bad ones because that seems to be like the minority at the moment. So we could get through that quite quickly, I guess.
Right.
So do you want to start by just showing off some of the really crap ones you've read?
Yeah. Earlier this year, I got into a spin-off range of Doctor Who books called Time Hunter, and one of the worst ones, or probably the worst one that I have read, is Tunnel at the End of the Light, which is just a really boring and uninteresting Doctor Who book with some good ideas to it. Then out of...
Yeah.
Go
Oh
ahead.
yeah, carry on.
Then out of like the 25 odd Target books I have read, this is the worst one, The King's Demons. I hate this book. It is just really, really boring. It has a rather amusing misprint in it, though. Still,
How much did you buy that for?
6-7 quid.
That's not too bad.
It's a non-ex library hardback as well, so
Yeah, at least you didn't get ripped off,
yeah.
as it's so crap.
Next up, we have a new series novel, The Shining Man. Just got ridiculous for me, this Doctor Who book. Had a good idea to it, but it just got ridiculous by mixing the paranormal with the fairy tale and just delving into a really weird fuckfest of a Doctor Who book. Not that.
Yeah, I've read the other two in that trilogy, but I've still yet to read The Shining Man. So
Okay, you're not missing out on anything.
yeah, I've only read the first two.
And then my least favourite Doctor Who book I have in my entire collection is one that gets a 0 out of 10 for me. The Boston's Curse. Yeah, this just isn't a good Doctor Who book in the slightest, in my opinion. Gets a flat out 0 out of 10. And how I like to picture this book is that it was at one time a completed Doctor Who book, but it shattered into lots of little different pieces. And the writer tried to reassemble the book with what pieces she could find, but couldn't find all of the pieces, so just shoved in lots of unnecessary and inconsequential things into it. Such as there's this scene near the 200-page mark where this guy goes into a chip shop, just wants his tea, and this store runner just gets all pissy at him, saying, "Oh, you think this is a low-class job," and all of that kind of stuff, and just starts assaulting him and stuff. And I'm just like, what the fuck has this got to do with the Doctor Who book? So,
Oh Jesus, that sounds terrible.
awful book.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of bad reviews for that. Well, I've read quite a few bad reviews for it on Amazon and stuff. It doesn't sound particularly great. Is that
No, it is.
like Jenny C. Colburn? Was it? or A.K. Benedict.
A.L. Kennedy, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I've heard. Didn't you say his class book was meant to be quite good? Or
That
Stone
was
House, was it?
that was a different writer. That was
A.K.
A.K.
Benedict.
Benedict.
Oh, right.
So
Yeah.
close enough, but
No, I
still.
had a feeling it was the same writer, but, but yeah. To be honest, I haven't read like a massive load of Doctor Who books. I've read a fair few, but the one that you probably know which one it is. But for those of you who haven't watched my review of it, or like haven't, or quite new to my channel, it's one featuring 10th Doctor and Martha. It's quite. I think it was released in 2007 or something, and he's got it right there. It's a sick building, and it was just somehow I managed to finish it. But other than the only good thing about it was the characterization of the 10th Doctor, but everything else was. It had some good characters, but the plot was just so ridiculous. Especially, it just felt really anticlimactic. And I think that's a bit of an understatement, really. It's so crap that I just couldn't believe what I was reading, really. And that's exactly what I want to do to my copy at the moment.
Yeah, I'm not going to be reading this one anytime soon. It sounds so bad because you see at the end, the Doctor defeats the voracious claw by burping into a microphone or something.
That is literally what happens. To be honest, in terms of spoilers, I couldn't give a shit about this one.
Fair enough.
Because there are some books which I do think, even though they have been around for 20 years or whatever, there are some books which are best left for people to experience themselves. I find,
Yeah,
like Bad Therapy was a really good one. Really enjoyed that.
yeah,
The Virgin New Adventure was. I think I've read about maybe 4 or 3 Virgin New Adventures. I've read Human Nature, the original edition. Shakedown, the reprinted edition, which was really good. I read half of Lucifer Rising, but for some reason I stopped. I think it's because it was so long I just sort of gave up on it. And there's a lot of science fiction like technobabble and stuff. And what was the other one I read? Oh yeah, Return of the Living Dad, which was pretty good.
Yeah, that is a good one. Really good character piece for Beneath Summerfield.
Yeah, I think I read that one about 5 or 6 days or something. Pretty quickly, really. Yeah, it's a good one. That. What about you? What are your favorite Virgin New Adventures sort of thing? Dying Days.
No way. As you said, Bad Therapy is a really good one. I also really like the Toy Soldiers novel by Paul Leonard.
Oh, yeah.
Quite a dark, sort of average middle of the road story with the enslavement of children. Such as on the back, the quote from the book is, "Children make better soldiers," said the teddy bear. "They kill without compunction." So, quite a dark story, that. But my favourite one, if I can find it, would probably be Mad Psychedelic, Falls to Shadow by Daniel O'Mahony.
Is that quite a thick one, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd seen some shelves that it looks quite thick. A bit like Lucifer Rising was really quite big.
This is even thicker. This is the second thickest Virgin New Adventure there is.
What's that? Oh, Falls the Shadow, yeah.
Yeah, the thickest one is Warlock, and that's only a couple pages longer than Falls to Shadow. Falls to Shadow is 356 pages long.
Is Warlock Cat's Cradle, is it? Or was it just Warlock?
Well, the thing with that is the Cat's Cradle trilogy was a trilogy on its own with the Times Crucible, Warhead, and Witchmark. But Warhead was also the start of another trilogy which went into War Child and Warlock multi-trilogy thing.
Wasn't the one of the Cat's Cradle trilogy sort of linked to Longbarrow, sort of like the seeds for it?
I've heard there's like foreboding in one of the Cat's Cradle books, but I can't quite remember which one.
Because
I think it might have been this one, Time's Crucible. It's written by the same person, Mark Platt. So
yeah, that's possible.
Probable.
Yeah, because I think Longbarrow is so like it's one of those really sought after books, just because of what it sort of the world it's all created, really.
But conceptually, with the Doctor meeting his family.
Yeah, apparently they've got really weird Time Lord names up there.
Yeah.
But I would hope to. Well, hopefully at some point, if somebody would put it on a cheap price on eBay, which is highly unlikely. Yeah. I'll try and hopefully get it. If it's like 30 or 45 quid, I'll try and get it. But if it's any higher, then I'll probably pass on it.
You can get it for a good price. I got mine. You can get it for a good price. I got this copy for £23, I think. So
that's a pretty good price, actually. Was that on eBay? Was it?
And that was on eBay, yeah. And somebody or a group of fans recently reprinted this for a fanzine, and this is an original copy of Longbarrow. It's not a fanzine copy. So
is that fanzine copy like available?
I think it might be, but I'm not 100% sure. I would have to check on that.
Well, to be honest, I'm not surprised they didn't do it for the novel adaptations.
Yeah, I'm surprised too. Virgin was actually meant to do another print run of Longbarrow, but they had lost the license to do ebooks by then, so that's a bit unfortunate.
Yeah, I think because they planned to kick off the series with the Eighth Doctor, didn't they?
Yeah, I think they did, and they sort of lost the rights to do Doctor Who books at that point. So the only one was the Dying Days that came out of that.
Yeah, I think it's a shame they didn't really do a full-on Dalek story. That like they got mentioned like in Lucifer Rising, but I think they really could have gone to town with it.
There's also hints of them in this book here, Love and War, that Beneath Summerfield was part of this sort of gang of Dalek bounty hunters. So there's that.
Oh, how's that so far?
It's okay so far. I've read that much of it. It's just to get myself into the Beneath Summerfield New Adventure spin-off range.
If you've not read any of those yet,
I haven't read any of them yet. No.
Yeah, I think because I like her in the novels. I think she's a really good character.
Yeah, she is good.
I would like to try and get that, the third volume of the Bernie Summerfield adventures, the Big Finish box set.
The Unbound universe.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, because I haven't actually listened to any of the Unbound universe, so I don't know if that's a good place to start, or just start with the David Warner Doctor.
So I think that's meant to do different versions of the Doctors and stuff, like an alternative third Doctor and things like that. So
yeah, I'm surprised they got Mark Gatiss in to play the Master. To be honest,
that's interesting.
Yeah, well, do you not know that? Or?
I didn't know that. No.
If you look on the cover of the box there, it's just clearly Mark Gatiss.
Oh right.
So it's quite amusing, really, because people are just going to look at it and just see it as Mark Gatiss and not really think of it as like Sam Kisgard, the Master.
Oh right.
But yeah, I would. I'd like to get into the Bernie Summerfield range, but I wouldn't know really where to start.
I've got the very first one in the range, which is Oh No It Isn't, and that's quite an easy one to track down, and it's a nice thin one.
Yeah. I
And
think
it's written by Paul Cornell as well.
that was one of the first audio dramas that Big Finish made.
It was the first, I think, yeah.
I think it was, yeah. I think I'll try and. You say it's quite easy to get hold of.
I believe so, yeah. I got mine for about £5, I think.
That's not bad. I might actually have a quick look on eBay and see what.
I got mine from Amazon, so.
Amazon, is it what, like second hand, was it?
Second hand, yeah, but happy to have it.
Yeah. I mean, because I don't know if it's you can still buy it like brand new on Amazon. But I guess it's quite old, so.
Yeah, 1997. Yeah, 1997.
Still buy Seeing Eye for like brand new, like price.
Oh, nice.
On Amazon.
That's a very good book.
Well, have you read it? No.
Yeah, I have read it.
I started reading it, but I sort of stopped. I should have got back into it, but sort of said, oh no, it isn't.
Yeah, I got through Seeing Eye in 3 days. It's a fantastic book.
That's pretty good. I mean, isn't it? It's quite thick though, isn't it? Really.
It is a tiny bit. Yeah, it's not the smallest Doctor Who book in the world, but it's more than worth reading. 279 pages.
That's pretty good. Oh no, it isn't. Is currently. I've seen it on eBay for like 55 quid, but
wow.
I know there's some which is like 3 quid, 6 quid, or whatever. So it sort of varies, really.
Yeah, it must just be one of those Doctor Who books, because sometimes Doctor Who books have really weird price influxes and fluctuations online, such as a couple months ago, the absolutely hated PDA Warmonger became the most expensive PDA on Amazon for a little while.
Some dustbins the other day because I know TJ really hates that.
Yeah, he hates guts.
I was quite interested to see how much it goes for, like online, and I was scrolling through eBay, and it was like 20 odd quid or 50 or 40 quid.
Damn.
I was like, okay.
It must just be because it's Craig Hinton and it's got the Autons in it.
Yeah, that's like the main reason I wanted to like get it, I suppose, because it could be good, but like TJ said, it was crap. So
yeah, Craig Hinton has always been described as a fanwank god, and there is a picture that I found a little while ago of him at a convention wearing a T-shirt that says fanwank god. So
well,
let's see it.
Yeah, there is. You know, I told you about Seeing Eye being like you can buy it sort of brand newish on Amazon or whatever. Well, they've also got Trading Futures, which I've got for about 10 quid, and they've also got the Gallifrey Chronicles for about 10 quid as well.
Nice.
So yeah, it's quite interesting. Do you think you'd buy the Time War box set when it comes out?
I might get the Time War box set when it comes out. I'm not sure.
People like buying that, to be honest.
Yeah.
Especially who sort of just watch the new series, they might be interested in that.
Yeah. As if they weren't interested enough with the 10th Doctor adventures.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm sort of glad now that the social media sites are sort of getting the message out. Like there are these audios available.
Yeah.
Don't really do it with the Doctor Who books.
No, they don't.
I guess it's because some of them are not totally accessible now.
Yes, we were talking about our favourite Virgin new adventures. So, what would be your favourite Virgin missing adventure?
The thing with that is I haven't actually read any of them.
Right.
Well, to be honest, I did read a bit of Millennial Rights, and that was quite interesting. But I didn't get around to finishing it.
Fair enough. It's not the best.
Unfortunately. Yeah, it sounded like quite an interesting story, but I don't know. Maybe it just didn't interest me that much when I, got into it, I guess. I was recently reading Fear of the Dark, the PDA, and that was it. It was really quite dark, but it got to a point where it was just so really boring that I just could not be asked to finish it.
Oh right, fair enough.
Yeah, it really felt really in place with season 21, really bleak and atmospheric and that. But yeah, it just got to a point where it was just so boring and it just felt quite repetitive. I'm trying to think of an example in the book, but it's been a while since since I put it down, so I can't remember too much about it because I just got bored by it, I guess.
Fair enough.
Yeah, to be honest, I was past halfway, the halfway mark, but I just couldn't be asked. But yeah, Shakedown I thought was an amazing Virgin New Adventure. That was such a great book. I think because it's reprinted now, so people can easily buy it and enjoy it.
It is a great Doctor Who book. I would highly recommend it.
Yeah, it's and I think obviously Human Nature is great. I got the original edition. I was a bit pissed off because obviously they reprinted it. Yeah, really good. Read that on holiday. I think I read it in about a week or something. And I think, obviously Bad Therapy was good. And I guess Return of the Living Dad was quite an enjoyable, light-hearted romp.
Yeah, I've read both of those, and they are really good.
Yeah, because I think Return of the Living Dad feels a little bit like Torchwood, but not as heavy on it as I guess.
Yeah, I think I can sort of see where you're coming from with that. Yeah.
But there are sort of Torchwood elements in there, but obviously not as violent or whatever.
Or
I'm surprised
light-hearted.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was quite interesting as well. Like Bernie Summerfield's dad or whatever.
That is really good. Probably the most interesting thing about the whole novel is the Nabarinos, the Southern Delta and the Bannerman.
Yeah, I'm surprised they put those in there. To be honest,
I know. It's just like described as a big pink squishy blob or something.
I know. Yeah, I mean there was this one bit that I can still remember, the Doctor being thrown out, jumping out of a spaceship, and then almost getting hypothermia, and then I think he almost regenerates at some point.
Damn.
So he gets really beaten up because he just jumped out of a spaceship.
Well, a similar thing happens to the second Doctor in The Indestructible Man, and he pretty much gets tortured in that book. I think he even breaks an arm or a leg. So there you go.
Is that why it's called The Indestructible Man?
Yeah, that is a bit ironic. Or
was it a completely different character?
I think it's a completely different character. I haven't read the book, and apparently he was meant to regenerate, but his regeneration was prevented by some medication or something from the characters in the book.
All right. quite interesting.
It sounds pretty gritty. Indestructible Man.
It's quite rare, isn't it?
It's the rarest past Doctor adventure. So
I wonder why. I don't know if you know the answer.
it's probably because there is a lot of continuity references on the cover. I can't really identify them all, but there's like all sorts of Captain Scarlet references and stuff, and like Jerry Anderson references.
So Jerry Anderson, was it?
Yeah, Jerry Anderson did Captain Scarlet.
Oh yeah.
Thunderbird.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's even
actually
one. I think that's a Thunderbird or Thunderbird-like thing right next to my finger there. That little spaceship taking
on
off.
Amazon. It's currently £30.
Wow.
Which is, and then there's a couple of others, and it's like almost £50, and then there's one, and it's like pretty, like £100.
Damn. People just be greedy morons on Amazon and eBay sometimes.
I know, it's crazy. I might have a look on eBay and see what it goes for. I'm guessing it'll probably be the same sort of prices.
Yeah, probably will be. But it also depends on how much are you willing to spend on a Doctor Who book, I suppose.
That is true. I mean, I bought Power of the Daleks for Amazon once, which is quite nice. But the pages are really yellow on it, but I'm still quite happy to have it.
Same.
Right, so on for £34.
Blimey.
£34.
Yeah, very rare book. This.
Yeah, I'm surprised. People are putting it on for that price.
I know people can just be really unrealistic with prices and stuff like that.
There is a copy with like buy it now, and it's £30, which
So yeah, sort of talking about the Indestructible Man. What would your favourite past Doctor adventure be? PDAs.
I thought the Murder Game was quite good.
The Murder Game is good, but then again, Amorality. Oh, actually, it's either Amorality Tale or the Murder Game for me.
Is that the reprinted version? Like, is that the one you've read?
Yeah, that's the one. This is the one I've read. Yeah, very dark and bleak Doctor Who story. Like lots of people. There's quite horrific scenes of people literally being crushed to death from like too many people in one space. So there you go.
Isn't there a rape scene in there as well?
I think there might be as well. I think there is a rape scene in this somewhere. So yeah. What I really like about
that
this
actually?
What I really like
might
about
be Rags.
I
think there's a rape scene in Rags, is there?
Yeah, there is a rape scene in Rags, and I believe there is a rape scene in Combat Rock as well, possibly, or Combat Cock, as some people like to call it, probably.
Yeah, I would like to try and experience Rags just to see how weird it is and demented it is.
This is apparently meant to be worse than Rags Combat Rock. It's just meant to be insanely graphic. Like, one of the scenes I've heard about is that a guy gets like tied to 2 trees, and the trees get slowly pulled apart.
Wow, Jesus, that's like something from a Saw movie. That is.
I know, and so is the cover.
Oh Jesus, yeah.
It's got like skeletons.
That was their inspiration.
Oh, it's got Victoria in it, so.
Oh, I guess. Well, that's a second Doctor book, is it?
Yeah, it is a second Doctor book, so
It seems like
I
a
don't think
lot of
I'm
the
ever.
second Doctor. Seems like a lot of the
I
second
don't think I'm
Doctor
ever
ones
going
are
to read
really
this.
fucked up.
Yeah, I mean, for instance, on Twilight of the Gods cover, you've got him making that really pedophilic face.
To be honest, the artwork is pretty good, although I don't know why they decided. Like Victoria looks like she's on crack or something.
Yeah, it looks like she's a Menoptera or something in this, which is interesting.
Yeah, I think she probably gets turned into one.
Sort of like how Bill becomes a Cyberman in a way.
Doesn't Nissa get turned into a vampire in goth opera?
Oh yeah, I believe she does, and the cover had to actually get toned down a bit because there's like too much blood on it originally or something.
All right.
So yeah,
Yeah.
there's a picture of the original cover in the Vault book, which I'm looking at right now.
You say the Vault, is it?
Yeah, the big foamy covered one.
Yeah, I want to get that at some point. I'm surprised I haven't got it.
There's the original drawing of goth opera, and you can see there's like blood all over her. It's like a boob just exploded or something.
That's probably available somewhere.
Yeah,
Like just a really advanced early copy.
and that's for comparison's sake.
Oh yeah, I can see it all down his shirt as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Jesus. Okay, so there's a copy on here of Rags, and it's £6.
Probably not worth it.
I am tempted to buy it just to, experience how shit it is.
One of the scenes that I've been reminded of is just really weird. It's centered around a concert, and I believe there's scenes of crowds and crowds of concert goers and stuff being affected by their music, throwing up, and then licking their own vomit and masturbating to it. It's really weird. So, I mean, what kind of thought process do you have to have in order to come up with stuff like that?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, that's why I'd want to. I'm not that kind of weird person, but I just to experience, like, just to see how, just to if I can agree with the general consensus.
Yeah.
But Jesus Christ.
Dr. Forever gave it a 0 out of 10, and I am not really surprised from what I've heard about it. Like, apparently, it even fucks up the third Doctor continuity a bit to an extent. Like Dr. Forever made a really good point where in the book, apparently Jo really likes cooked breakfasts, but in the Green Death, she said that she hates them, and it's like set after the Green Death or close to it for some reason. So there you go.
I remember watching his review, and he was saying like the character for the third Doctor is really off.
Yeah.
Which don't know. Like I said, a part of me wants to buy it just to see how fucking weird it is. But I think I'd rather spend my money on something like Nightshade.
Yeah, Nightshade.
That's like the same price on here.
Yeah, fair enough. That's meant to be such a good book.
Yeah, I've got the novel, like the audio, and that was really good. And Damaged Goods as well.
I think that might be the only case where I am with a novel adaptation where the book is throughout loved and the novel adaptation is the same. Because I heard
really good.
Yeah, really good positive reviews both sides, because a lot of people are very mixed on the Romance of Crime in English, Way of Death adaptation, which isn't that good.
I've heard about those, yeah. Because I heard they stopped doing those limited edition like book box sets of those novel adaptations because of the fact they didn't sell very well.
I think that was the case. Yeah.
So I guess if those two novel adaptations in that first box set they were well received, then you'd sort of see why, to be honest.
I could listen to the Romance of Crime. It's just that it wasn't an extremely good adaptation. And to be honest, the English Way of Death one, I tried listening to it three times, and I couldn't finish it. Either of those three
Jesus.
times. It was just so uninvesting and just boring. The book isn't that great either for me personally.
Isn't the English Way of Death really toned down?
No, that's Romance of Crime. I'm trying to think, but the Ogrons are really gritty and nasty in the Romance of Crime. I think they may even break people's limbs, but in Romance of Crime, they didn't have that. And that's the thing I just thought of. Why on earth would you do novel adaptations of Damaged Goods and the Romance of Crime? Because they pivot so heavily on sort of gore and stuff that it's practically stupid for them to even do novel adaptations on them because of how much they would need to tone them down, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I remember actually watching. Do you remember the Doctor Forever special features? And in particular, the Ark in Space DVD where they did all the books and that. Yeah. I remember Russell T Davies talking about his Damaged Goods book and how he was asked if they could reprint it, as a way of I guess the audience getting to experience some more of Doctor Who Russell T Davies, but he was saying that because his book was so dark and full of really sort of adult themes, it would get bad press for his TV show or something along those lines.
I'm not surprised. It is extremely fucked up, Damaged Goods. There's this. There's so many deaths in it, such as there's this one where a guy lights himself on fire, covers himself in petrol, lights himself on fire. He somehow survives that. He's being wheeled into like a hospital or something like that. And he's just like this big charcoal black crusty mass. And then he ends up killing himself by shoving a syringe needle into the side of his head. It is just
oh god!
It really is.
I do remember watching your review, and I think you said something like some of the things that were in the book were just sounded horrendous. Well, not bad, but just horrendously fucked up. Yeah,
like there's this. Even Jericho, the main villain in the book, is basically this schizophrenic that masturbates to cutting up clothes. There's scenes of voices in her head telling her to go into shops, buy clothes, cut them up, and then return them to the shop saying they're damaged goods. Ha ha, Russell. And sort of getting off from doing that, and her schizophrenia makes her do that. It is so weird.
That just sounds really. I wonder what Russell was smoking at the time.
Yeah, it funny enough, it deals with drugs as well.
Yeah. Drugs,
where cocaine has travelled, it hasn't gone alone. Death has been its attendant. Death in a remarkably violent and inelegant form. So there you go.
How much did you pay for Damaged Goods?
£16, which isn't too bad, as it can go for a lot more nowadays. I think I even remember it seeing for like 43 quid on Amazon, so I got it for a good price.
There is one on here, and it's £26. Well, maybe not. It's got £13 postage and packaging.
£13 postage and packaging. Wow.
That is. I don't know if that. Yeah, well, it's from the United States. So
I think
probably to like.
going back to Doctor Forever, I think he found a while ago this copy of Lung Barrow from New Zealand. It was like 15 quid or something like that, but the postage was 100 quid for some reason. Like,
Jesus, well, it's like the other side of the world, to be fair.
yeah, but 100
Like
quid.
Australia.
100 quid.
I wonder how long it would actually take for it to get delivered.
Oh, who knows? Who knows? I got
Carry on.
I ordered this hardback of the Aztecs from America, and that took 4 weeks. So there's that.
4 weeks. Wow.
Yeah, it was worth it though.
There's a copy of Bad Therapy on here, and it's buy it now, and it's £4.
That's actually the price I paid for my copy. So
I mean, I got mine for Christmas, but I think my mum paid about £10 for it.
wow, okay.
Yeah,
Still kind
I
of
got.
worth it as it's really good for like all-time fans like myself and you.
Yeah, it was really good in that sense. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
There's some pretty themes of like homophobia in there.
What, like Bad Therapy?
Yeah,
I never really picked up on that, even though I've read it twice. So there you go.
but I think it was somewhere like in like the beginning and stuff that that character who gets killed off or something.
Oh right.
But yeah, yeah, I don't think it was discussed an awful lot, but it came up now and then. I think.
Mm. Well, it says it was set in 1950s London, so
Yeah,
that would add a bit of realism to it, I guess, as it was not that wasn't really tolerated back then for some reason. But yeah,
yeah. Is Have you bought anything from like World of Books or anything?
I have bought quite a few from World of Books, and I have had good luck with them. So,
Like, which ones have you bought? Like, sort of any rare ones or?
which is meant to be the best Virgin Missing adventure, but I personally found it to be just 8 out of 10.
Gary Russell, isn't it? Or Gareth Roberts? I can't remember.
Gareth Roberts,
Yeah, plotters.
Guy Fawkes, Gunpowder, Plot.
Have you bought anything from the Who Won website?
The Who.
It's advertised in Doctor Who magazine like every issue.
I haven't ever bought anything from them, so
I bought Human Nature and Lucifer Rising from there because they've got quite a lot of Virgin New Adventures and Missing Adventures and Past Doctor Adventures and Eighth Doctor Adventures like in mint condition.
oh nice.
But some of them are like £10 or decent prices for something that's in mint condition, to be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, I only bought 2 things from there.
Fair enough.
Yeah. But Dying Days, was that?
Yeah. What about the Dying Days?
I was saying, how much did you pay for it?
£35.
35.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not bad. Would you say it was a bit of a rip-off, considering how bad it was?
Oh, it was pretty bad, but it's worth it for the collection, I would say. And
I suppose so,
it's
yeah.
just makes me more want to try and track down Savala Sin, because I have the Dying Days, I have Lung Barrow, and it would just be a shame not to try and get Savala Sin, which is like the unholy trinity of the Virgin New Adventures.
I did see it on eBay once for £65.
Blimey.
So yeah, but it wasn't in very good condition. So
Wow, that is.
I'm surprised I even saw it on there. Yeah, I don't know what other rare ones there are, to be honest.
In terms of
Like,
what range?
Virgin New Adventures.
Well, the big three are Dark Path, Cold Fusion, and with a well-mannered war. Velvet Mask can also be a bit rare sometimes, I think, which is this one.
Is that hang on a second. Oh yeah.
The first
Yeah.
option.
Yeah, I need to start reading some of the Mystic Adventures, but start reading, to be honest.
I think I can't remember how much I spent on this. I just really wanted it at the time and spent like 15 quid on it, I think.
Is it in pretty good condition then, is it?
No, it's not, unfortunately, because he was creasing on the spine, creases on the back, scuffs, that sort of thing, and probably the worst bit. And this is the only Doctor Who book that I have this in. The cover itself is coming away.
Oh yeah.
Which is really bizarre.
I did see some books on eBay. I forgot what they were, like Doctor Who books. And back cover, they had the spine, but they were missing the front cover, which I think was really weird.
A guy on YouTube called.
Is it the Doctor Who guide, isn't it?
Yeah, he bought some of those, like City at World's End and other ones.
So I wouldn't buy those.
I don't either.
It's like, why would you do that? Like, I can understand if you just want to read them and then maybe sell them off, but like, that's why I don't know why people would do that. Like, you rip the covers off unless they spilled tea on them or something.
I mean, cover art can
that's
so much in a Doctor Who book. I mean, look at the cover on Velvet. Isn't that just amazing? Really good depictions of Dodo and the First Doctor as well.
Yeah, like the paintings and some of them are really good.
Yeah, artwork can definitely be one of the most important factors to a Doctor Who book, especially the ones with illustrations and stuff, like the very early Target books.
Yeah. Any of the, I think you have, the Paradox novels, Time Paradox, whatever.
Yeah, Faction Paradox. I have one of just the one of them. So,
have you not read it, or?
I read a bit of it, but I stopped reading it simply because A, I wasn't enjoying it, and B, I felt like that I needed the rest of the Faction Paradox series and read it up and read them in order to fully appreciate it.
Yeah, I suppose
there you go. But I've got both Dead Romance and Alien Bodies now, so maybe this will be worth a try.
Alien Bodies, was there?
Yeah, Alien Bodies has got a really good cover to it.
Yeah. Are you going to read that after Love and War? Is it?
I was going to do a whole run of Beneath Summerfield Virgin New Adventures, and maybe end that off with Dead Romance, and then go into this, because Dead Romance is a Beneath Summerfield Virgin New Adventure.
Okay, is that quite a new one? Is it?
Well, this one is fairly new. The Beneath Summerfield Virgin New Adventures ran for 27 books up until 1999, if I'm right. And this is one published in 1999. And it's not the most iconic Beneath Summerfield Virgin Missing Adventure.
Yeah, I might get. Oh no, it isn't, but I'm not sure really.
On the rest of it.
Yeah, they have actually got a few PDFs on here. Like you can buy them for like £2 on eBay, of like Long Barrow and stuff, and Survivor Sin. But rather get the physical copy, to be honest.
I would be the same.
Yeah, I guess it's one way to experience them, but I think it would, I don't know, seem a bit weird, really. Yeah, it's just a bit annoying that damaged goods book is £13 postage and packaging, really.
Yeah.
Because it's 35 quid in the US, but obviously the price is, like the currency is different or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's £10 less. Annoying. Actually, no, sorry. The postage is. I just get confused because the way prices differentiate.
Oh, right.
Think of like any rare books which you probably have, but I don't.
Times Champion.
Yeah, that's on eBay. I bidded 25 quid on it, and I think it's currently the highest bidder.
Okay, good luck. Good luck.
Yeah, I'll check again because I've probably been outbidded, I reckon.
I think I've seen the book go for as high as 100 quid before, so.
Jesus, 100 quid, wow. I think.
Yeah, believe it or not, the most amount of money I have ever seen listed on a Doctor Who book was a Frederick Muller pink of Doctor Who and an Exciting Adventure of the Daleks, non-X Library, signed by David Whittaker for something crazy like £2,300 or something. I'm not kidding.
Jesus Christ. That
I
is
know. Nuts.
like, I wouldn't. Even if I had the money, I probably wouldn't get it for that price. Maybe if I was like
A billionaire.
like millions of, yeah, then maybe it's like 2,000 quid is nothing.
Yeah.
But then there's a blow
I
my
can buy
money
it
on.
at 500, or I can get the first ever Doctor Who book signed by its author.
Yeah, yeah. I could buy a really nice fancy house, or I could just buy a Doctor Who book.
I mean, the amount of Doctor Who books you would be able to buy. I mean,
Yeah, I know. You can just buy the whole lot pretty much.
now
You could probably buy like 3 copies of them better.
Is I would spend most of the money on like building an underground basement and then just like fill it with Doctor Who books.
Just a massive like vault, and then
Yeah.
put all the rare ones in there, and then just all the crap ones like, I don't know, in a cardboard box or something.
Yeah.
Oh,
Put it underneath the dog's bed.
yeah. Just put like into like a fucking,
A sick building.
yeah, pretty much a decaying building.
Yeah.
Just destroy that book. But I can't.
That'd be a great fan film one day, just like us looking up and just
It would have made sense if I just made that video like when I posted the review, but about it now enough to hate it even more.
But yeah, what would be really good is if we were able to get a like stick of dynamite or something and put it down the spine or something and just light it.
I know, it's just, I just want to set fire to it. Do you know you're talking about the Frederick Muller books?
Yeah.
There's a Doctor Who and the Zarbi on eBay on here for 55 quid.
Oh, right.
But I don't know if it's like worth it. 50.
If it has the dust jacket, maybe. It all depends on the condition. Because,
Yeah,
I mean, it's like worth not a lot if it doesn't have the dust jacket.
Is it the dust jacket? Is, I don't know what it looks like. Should I just send you a picture of it? I'll just send you a link or whatever.
It's supposed to look like. This is a replica from last year.
Yeah, it's just the pink. You know, the pink.
So it's just a book without the dust jacket.
Yeah.
So, not worth it then.
No, I won't spend that much on it. But crazy how much these books go for.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, on this World of Books website, I'm just seeing if there's any like fines or something, any good bargains or whatever, but I doubt there is really.
Yeah. You can get lucky though. I mean, Cameron or Dr. Forever got his copy of The Ultron Invasion for £100 from Oxfam, so.
Well, he paid £100 for it.
In hardback. And it's in like really
He
good
paid
condition as well.
He paid £100 for it.
Yeah, the hardback, the Wingate.
Wow. That
Which is right price for it.
Pretty crazy. Yeah, I got the an ex-library copy of it. It might have been W.H. Allen, I can't remember.
Oh yeah, but that's the W.H. Allen one, isn't it?
Yeah, I got that. They also had Castrovalva, but I didn't bother with it.
All right, because Third Doctor.
Yeah, and I also bought the Deadly Assassin one as well, ex-library.
Jealous. I don't have a single Alan Wingate hardback, to be honest, in my collection, and I would love to amend that.
Yeah, I think that Deadly Assassin is Alan Wingate, I think. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it should say on the spine at the very bottom.
Yeah, I've got a feeling it is.
My most wanted Alan Wingate would be the Dalek Invasion of Earth, I would say.
Yeah, that is pretty good. Because I paid £18 for that Deadly Assassin one.
That's pretty good.
So yeah, they also had the Whole of the Time Worm series for £25. I nearly bought it, but I just thought, fuck it.
Fair enough. It's not meant to be a good series anyway. I mean, you've seen TJ's reviews from what he's reviewed of it.
Yeah, I'm quite glad I didn't, because I could just buy them anytime, really.
Yeah.
But those Target books, I just thought, I'm probably never going to see anywhere else, so I just thought, fuck it, I'll buy them.
Yeah, and you didn't have any Target hardbacks before you bought all of that, didn't you?
No, yeah, they're my first two proper ones. I'm quite happy with them, to be honest, even if they are ex-library.
I'm just happy with ex-libraries or whatever.
Yeah, because they look nice, and they'll probably get more expensive down the years. So
yeah.
How many have you got now? Like hardbacks?
22. There's the majority of them there.
That's quite a lot.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, it would look like I had spent a lot of money on all of these hardbacks, but the most amount of money I've ever spent is like £22 on my Robots of Death hardback. So, which is this one.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It's got a nice sort of orange spine to it, which is nice and different.
Yeah, the Castrovalva one looked really, that is just black, and it didn't interest me that much.
Yeah, it's just got like a bit of the sequence on it with him just grinning really cheesily on it, isn't it?
Yeah, that's just what it is. It's not the best, so I just sort of I don't know how much he was selling it for, but I just didn't buy it really.
Some of those sort of Target covers from around then just got super lazy. I mean, this was the cover of Mordrin Undead.
Yeah, it's just a screen grab, isn't it? And then just the title.
Yeah.
I think I've seen a hardback of the Twin Dilemma signed by Colin Baker on eBay for 20 or 36 quid or something.
Nice.
So I can imagine like Colin's face when he like gets asked to sign that.
Oh goodness, yeah.
But, oh jeez. Have a look. look to see what if they got any on eBay, but I doubt they have, to be honest.
Yeah, Alan Wingate of Dalek Invasion of Earth would be an awesome thing to get for me.
Yeah, that is pretty good.
And the Web of Fear Wingate as well, even though I don't think much of the actual novelisation, so I sort of want
Nice collector piece, isn't it?
Dalek Invasion more.
They've got the Space Museum for 15 quid on there.
Not,
But I
not
don't
bad.
think... I don't know if it's ex-library or...
I think they have a face. I think eBay has a Face of Evil hardback for 15 quid. I could be wrong. It's been up there for a little while. Nobody's really bought it or paid it much attention.
I suppose, yeah. See, right. Yeah, they've only got mostly paperbacks, really.
Mm.
I think didn't Pertwee Smith 11 buy the Pyramids of Mars on there? Well, like at Comic Con for the hardback version.
Yeah, like 5 quid or something. I can't remember.
Yeah. Have you got
That's a rare book as well.
the
Do I have any of the? I don't have any of the Dalek annuals. No.
I don't know, because there seems to be quite a lot of them. But they've got Castrovalva on there. 10 quid, buy it now.
Not bad.
But it's library. Let's have a look. Bit of a
The
lead.
cheapest I've ever paid for a Target hardback is 5 quid. So there you go.
5 quid. That's not bad. Well,
Yeah.
that's bad. Ex-library. That one.
Yeah.
Which is a bit crap. So you've got all of the script books.
Let's see here. Them up there in the middle.
Oh yeah.
So I got Tribe of Gum, Daleks, Masters of Luxor, which is probably the only one I'm going to review. Crusade, Galaxy 4, Power of the Daleks, and the Daemons. Got all of this in one big bundle. A little while ago, which was good.
How much is that?
25 quid, maybe even 30, which is
Not
really
bad.
good because
Yeah.
this goes for like 20 on its own, and so does this.
Yeah, it was Power of the Daleks, isn't it?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's almost all of the 1960s script books in one fell swoop. I'm just missing Tomb of the Cybermen.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one.
There's this really bizarre thing on eBay where there's a Tomb of the Cybermen script book signed by the Caroline John is her name.
Tomb of the Cybermen.
Yeah, Tomb of the Cybermen, one signed by Caroline John. I don't know why.
I don't remember her being in that story.
No, probably the weirdest one that I have seen is there's this like see if I can find it. There's like this writing or sort of shooting scripts guide to the new series in this one little hardback. This one, the inside story.
Yeah.
This one here. I saw one of those on eBay once, and it was signed by, of all people, Anarchy Willis or Wills.
That is bizarre.
I know. People can get
look,
to. Yeah.
it's like getting a Series 2 box set signed by Conor Baker or something.
Yeah.
It's like something weird like that.
Or getting him to sign the Day of the Doctor DVD just because of his cameo at the end.
Yeah, I've actually got my, we've got the like the poster of it.
Yeah, I've got mine on the door still, somehow.
Yeah, mine's signed by Nick Briggs, which
Oh,
obviously
right.
got him to sign at a convention. So it's actually framed, but it's like in bubble wrap for the moment.
Oh, right.
But yeah, yeah, it's strange. They've got Make Loss, but it's 60 quid. The Target hardback.
Damn, that is like 10 times more than what I paid for it, literally. I'm not got it. Dimensions for only 6 quid somehow.
Have you got the Gunfighters?
I don't have the Gunfighters, no.
I think because there's one on here of like 15 quid, but I think it's ex-library. Green sticker on the spine, but I don't know.
Yeah, some of the sort of ex-library sort of stuff can be pretty messy with the Target hardback sometimes. A really good example is this Creature from the Pit hardback, which doesn't really feel much like a hardback anymore. It's got so much bumps and stuff to the cover. But on the innards is that.
Got it.
Like big fucking felt tip and like smudges and stuff all over it.
What did they show pictures of that in the listing? Or
They did show pictures of it on the listing. I got this from Amazon, and it was a bit lucky because I was just casually browsing Target hardbacks on Amazon, and I saw a Creature from the Pit hardback pop up for 8 quid, and 7 quid actually. It was around 7-8 quid, and the next one listed, or next cheapest, was like 50 quid. So it was a bit of a lucky buy, that one.
Yeah, that was pretty good. It's fairly cheap as well.
The seller even sent me a little note with the book saying, hello, many thanks. I hope that you all enjoy the book. Nice to know that a rather worn book has managed to find a home. If there are any problems at all, please get in touch. So there you go.
That's quite nice there. Yeah, I don't really look on Amazon for Target hardbacks because I just don't think, I just think they're always going to be on eBay.
Yeah, I got mine for this hardback for 8 quid, so because the guy wrote on the back of the receipt.
Yeah. Just having a look now, see what's on there, but I don't think there's going to be anything.
Yeah, it works really weird for me because I have to put in Doctor Who Alan hardcover for some reason. I don't know why. I just can't put in Doctor Who Alan hardcover. I have to put in Doctor Who Alan hardcover. But I get uploads, so. And it led me to track.
Yeah.
It's led me to track.
Well, they've got a few. I mean, they've got Mordred Undead for £30. The Rescue for £54.
Oh, I want that hardback.
The Two Doctors, £62. Yeah, strange, really.
Probably the most interesting story about a Target book is the Rescue. Believe it or not, Ian Marter was writing the book, but believe it or not, close to finishing it, he actually died. So Nigel Robinson finished it off for him, uncredited. So there you go. Which is really odd, but there you go.
You think that he would actually put his name in?
Yeah.
But
he wrote 8/10 of it, and Nigel Robinson 2/10 of it. So there you go.
Have you got the Dalek Omnibus?
No, I don't have that yet. No.
Is it rare? Is it all?
It's one of the easiest WH Allen hardbacks you could get. The sort of individual Target hardbacks are sort of more sought after than the omnibus editions that have been released over the years.
Because I saw Dalek Omnibus at the Who shop for 50 quid.
That's not worth it. I think you can get it for 5 quid, I think. So
yeah, There is one on Amazon for £5.
Oh right, bang on then.
Yeah, well, roughly that anyway. Yeah, I wouldn't pay that much
Same here.
for that.
50 quid, yeah. Oof.
Have you got like the early years and stuff?
The early years WHL and hardback. No,
Yeah.
I don't. The only sort of WHL and hardback exclusive book I have is the Time Traveller's Guide by Peter Haley.
Oh yeah, because there's also like the Key to Time one in there, and then other ones, the Celebration and that.
This was actually the first WHL and hardback I got, so there you go.
Yeah, it's quite nice. The Celebration one looks quite good as well.
I don't know why in the back of it there's ducks flying out of the TARDIS, but there you go.
Bizarre. They've got Sontaran Experiment hardback for £56.
That's quite a rare hardback. Not sure if it's worth that though.
Yeah, don't know. Yeah, paperback in a charity shop for £3 or something, £2.
Nice.
They had a load of Target hardbacks. I bought quite a few. I bought mostly Tom Baker ones. I think it was like the Horror Fan Rock.
Was it hardbacks or paperbacks?
Just paperbacks, unfortunately. What else did I get? The Seeds of Doom. I can't remember. But I also bought Blood Harvest at the same time.
Nice.
So, yeah, good stash there. Oh, and the Ark in Space, the original one.
The biggest Target bargain I've ever gotten is 14 of the things for 50p each in a second-hand bookshop.
Well,
So there you go. Including one of the rarest paperbacks you can get, the Macro Terror. So there you go.
Not a bad find.
So speaking of targets, what would your favourite Target novelisation be?
The Towns of the White Triangle was a really good one.
I personally really like Galaxy 4. I think this is a really good bleak and dark Target novelisation. I think at the end of it, you can literally see the Dravens disintegrate with the planet. So
Yeah,
it's pretty dark, but really good.
I didn't think the 10th Planet one was that good. But it was wasn't very good. I think the Abominable Snowman was a great one.
Oh, that is great. Yeah. All I remember about you and the Target novelisation of the 10th Planet is that you loved it and you dropped it in a puddle or something.
Well, yeah, I think at the time I was really enjoying it because it was on holiday and it's like I was sort of sunbathing or whatever, and then I think my dad went to pass me a drink that he got from somewhere, and I think I must have dropped it, like it fell off my sunbed because we were by like a swimming pool, and obviously it's wet like everywhere, and yeah, it fell onto the wet slabs of the side of the pool. But it was the reprinted version, so it was not worth very much, really.
Yeah.
So we could always buy it again and chuck the other copy away. But it didn't look too bad.
Yeah.
Because I read the Talons of Wing Chang on the holiday after that, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And I read it in like 2 or 3 days because it's a really thin book. So it didn't take long to read it all. But yeah, I think they've got the Fendal for £40 as well.
Yeah.
Don't know if it's ex-library. I think it is.
I was going to get an Image of the Fendal hardback at Dimensions for like £10, but Mondasian Monster nicked it from me. And it pretty much stole it from me, unfortunately. I'm not joking. Like, he had no remorse whatsoever. But
well, I took it from your hand, sort of thing.
No, I like put it down, and I was like, "Oh, I'm going to come back and get this." But then I went back to get it, and as I was going back to get it, he sort of nicked it from me with no remorse whatsoever.
Jesus, he sounds like a bit of a twat, to be honest.
He is, yeah. I don't even want to get into the stuff he talks about because YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, I don't know if we should be talking about that on it because you might be watching it.
Yeah, it's a bit. There's a
But never
difference
mind.
between rude jokes and talking about the stuff he does.
What was it like? Too far, is it?
Yeah, things involving children that I'm not going to go into. It's just really messed up.
How old is he?
When I met him, he was like 12. He's like 13 now, I think. So
Jesus Christ.
it's
Yeah, he probably didn't know like I don't know much about target hardbacks or whatever, but
he probably didn't know.
he just bought it because he knew you were going to buy it.
I think so. Maybe I don't know. He probably figured, "Oh, this is rare. I'm going to buy this." But yeah, your favorite Tiger novelization would be Talons.
Yeah, that was really good. And obviously the Abominable Snowman, and I did like the Auton Invasion. That was good.
Another really good one is this one, Doctor and the Cybermen novelization of the Moon Base. I like this one because not only is it an absolutely amazing adaptation of the Moon Base, but it is pure, unfiltered, nasty 60s era Cybermen, but ramped up even more. Like, I distinctly remember in this book that, well, actually, I'm pretty sure that I remember that a Cyberman calls a human a retard because he has emotions. I'm not kidding. How aggressive is that?
I'm surprised he turns Dick's put it in there, really.
Yeah, well, this was published in 1970 something, so
Yeah.
1974.
Maybe it was acceptable back then.
Yeah.
Well,
still, it's awesome, that one.
I think it's a children's book as well.
Yeah, they probably didn't even know what that word meant, but yeah, it's pretty extreme, that book.
I could just imagine them asking their parents what a retard is.
Oh, like in today's day and age, that would just go down horribly, wouldn't it?
That would be like bad press coverage for a book.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm surprised. That's like the first time I've heard about that being mentioned.
Yeah. It's.
I also want to read it now just to get up to that part.
It is so extreme and just pure nasty and unfiltered Cybermen.
It's a shame they got the variant of the Cyberman one. Yeah, it's weird how they got the Cyberman right in that picture, but on the front cover it's the one from the Invasion.
Yeah, that's because how it works was that cover artists and whatnot just got like a few still photographs and whatnot and had that to work from.
Yeah, right.
And they got the wrong Cyberman, and that's how an Invasion Cyberman is on here and on the Tomb of the Cybermen hardback or paperback as well. There you go.
Yeah, bizarre. That always struck me as like wrong, but no, that makes sense, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. I'm not sure whether or not to read my Wheel in Space copy because it is literally in mint condition.
I'm the same with my Evil or the Daleks paperback.
Have you got power?
I've got power, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's like compared.
Yeah, I want that Evil of the Daleks one so much. Like, I've been searching all the time for it, but I got power for a good price, so I'm happy with that.
Well, keep tracking it down, and one day you'll be able to get it for a good price.
Yeah, because I keep seeing it for like 40 quid, but I just think, do I really want to pay that much for it?
Yeah, I mean, I got mine for 25, so there you go.
Yeah, it's a decent price.
Especially for a mint condition one.
Yeah, that is true. you read Killing Ground?
The Red Killing Ground, yeah, nor do I have. I am extremely interested in.
Because it's meant to be really good.
Yeah, it is meant to be just brutal.
Yeah. It looks pretty cool.
So, Van Doctor, Lethbridge Stewart, Torchwood, that kind of thing.
Is that sorry?
Is there any ranges of spin-off Doctor Who books you're interested in experiencing, like Torchwood and Lethbridge Stewart?
Yeah, I think the Lethbridge Stewart ones I really do want to experience, but you say start from the beginning with them.
Yeah, do start from the beginning. I really like the sort of Great Intelligence trilogy that there has been, but sort of read them in order from the Forgotten Son, Time Squared, and then Night of the Intelligence. As this one has a lot of things from these books being sort of expanded upon in this, so it acts as a very nice trilogy and a good way of celebrating the 50th anniversary of the Great Intelligence.
Didn't you say? I think you reviewed. Was it the Grandfather Infestation or something?
I've reviewed both the Grandfather Infestation and Time Squared.
Wasn't the Grandfather thing really bad or something?
It was 7 out of 10, not the best.
Is it John Peel, isn't it?
Yeah, John Peel.
He seems to be like a very hit and miss writer, I think.
It's so weird because he's meant to be fantastic with his novelizations, but he's meant to be not that good with original fiction. It's weird.
Yeah, I think some writers are better off with like adapting some other things and
Yeah,
like left alone when it comes to original fiction sort of thing.
only if Terence
So
Terence Dicks did more original fiction.
Yeah, he does seem to. Make worse stories.
Yeah, he's done so many Target books, but he's barely done any original fiction at all. So,
I'm past off fluent stories.
oh right, okay.
That's like one of the complaints I've heard about him. Is that he can't just create a new story with new characters and whatnot. He has to reference his other previous stories. Like I think Blood Harvest is it like a prequel to sort of State of Decay or whatever.
It's a prequel to Goth Opera for us, and a sequel to Goth Opera for the Doctor. But it's a prequel for the Goth Opera is a prequel for the Doctor to Blood Harvest, and there's a sequel to Blood Harvest for us. So it's weird.
I was reading a bit of it last night, and there's this like a few days ago, and I started it, and it's quite early on in the book where like Bernice goes to this like castle. I won't tell you what the castle is, but there's like she goes into this room, and then there's like this sort of hanging corpse of a naked woman being dangled. Like being dangled from this sort of like railings, and she's like dripping blood.
That is nasty.
And yeah, that really shocked me, and like that particular chapter was where the cover of the book, like I think, is what the cover of the book is.
Oh right.
It was quite early on in the book.
Blimey.
But, I know. Yeah, I'm thinking about buying rags just to experience it.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting experience for you, and I wish you the best of luck with experiencing rags. Because I mean that vomit
Oh dear.
with them, you know what, licking their vomit and stuff. It's such a weird sounding book.
What was that other one that you slated? That sort of similar.
Combat Rock.
Combat Rock.
Yeah, it's written by the same author, Mick Lewis.
Oh right.
Believe it or not, I think Mick Lewis is actually right now in prison for something. Believe it or not, like the actual author that wrote the books.
Wow.
Like he's actually in prison, so
No surprise there.
bit of an interesting talking point there.
It's
It's the what?
a couple of prices on here for Combat Rock. One's 14 quid. It's 18 quid, and another one's 28 quid.
Probably not worth it at all.
Nick Lewis.
Like I said, I don't think I'm ever going to read it. It like
sounds messed up.
I'm kind of scared of what they're going to do with the second Doctor, Jamie and Victoria.
Yeah, like Victoria will probably get raped or something.
Yeah, I think Doctor Forever said that she does in the book or something. Who knows?
Was he reviewed Combat Rock? Is he?
He hasn't reviewed Combat Rock, but he's talked to me about it in private
Right.
a while ago. So, and he said it's meant to be worse than Rags somehow. So,
Does Cameron have Facebook?
I'm not sure, to be honest.
It's like I don't know. I would like to get like a load of us just talking about this, like weird shit like this.
That would be really interesting, like talking about weird Doctor Who books and stuff.
Yeah, and just like weird things that we've like experienced. Because like, how do you contact him?
I contact him through Google Hangouts, like messaging and stuff. But you could probably speak to him through his YouTube channel.
Yeah, because it seems like he's not doing videos anymore.
He had like a copyright strike on his second part of his 24-hour live stream, so his channel's sort of limping in a way.
Yeah, on his last legs or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be good if like, we could just do like a discussion or something. But I guess if Google Hangouts is the way forward.
Yeah, it probably will be like have a Whovian High Council type of discussion and like weird books.
That would be quite interesting.
Maybe one day I should do like a couple live streams in which I like read Combat Rock like out loud and just have my live reaction to it. That
might be good actually, like as well as for Rags and stuff.
I might do that with Combat Rock, but that would take quite a while.
I mean, you could just do like little snippets, I guess.
Yeah.
Or
but like, I'm thinking of like reading the whole book in like live streams and stuff.
You could do like a read along, so every live stream, like you could do a couple of chapters or something.
Yeah. Read along with Pitch. In this episode, Victoria gets raped by a tree. It's something like that.
Yeah, it's like read along, and then the title is the one where something disgusting happens.
Yeah.
I think
in this book from Lord of the Rings.
Didn't Cameron say the word cunt gets used in Rags?
I think it does, yeah. It might do. I need to check out his review again, but he described the word. It really did put into good perspective of how shit Rags is meant to be.
I really want to buy it and just experience this piece of shit.
Yeah.
It's only £7, so I might just go for it.
One of the biggest laughs I've ever had with him in private was that it was something like Mick Lewis signing Rags in his own shit or something.
Oh my god!
That'd be so interesting, though, wouldn't it?
I think we should just like search him up on his Wikipedia page.
Well, like Mick Lewis.
Louis.
Mick Lewis.
Uh,
Yeah, I'm going to Google him. Let's see what kind of crazy stuff this guy's gone up to. Because I'm pretty sure he's in jail right now for something.
oh, it's just Lewis, as in the name Lewis. Oh, fuck's sake, no, 1 second. Right. Right, let's have a look at this guy. Mick Lewis.
I'm going to screen share, and I literally put in Mick Lewis author into Google, and it literally comes up with a picture of what looks like a pedophile, to be honest. On the
Oh, he's an American author, right?
He might be. I need to have a look at him up. So Mick Lewis,
can have a
author of
look.
Doctor Who.
Have a look at his, yeah.
It might be a different person, but this is Mick Lewis on Goodreads.
But I wonder if it will say Mick Lewis is currently in prison.
Yeah.
Oh, he's done quite a few. Oh,
He's done four distinct books.
The Bloody Man.
Yeah, it's probably
So
right.
Combat Rock is received. Well, they're both got 3 stars.
Yeah, somehow. Let's see a Combat Rock. Let's see what some people have to say about Combat Cock, as I like to call it. Because that's pretty much what it is, Combat Cock. Because I mean, so many people hate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's under average, 2.7.
Let's see.
All right, let's see here. Mick Lewis has tried to write a Vietnam War novel, Heart of Darkness story, zombie invasion horror slasher movie tale set in a Doctor Who universe. I emphasize tried. What comes out is a mission so pointlessly violent and gory it defies description. Jamie and Victoria, like a jungle world that is so like 1960s Vietnam, it seems utterly pointless to have it made an alien world. The society is in the midst of a civil war on a planet that still has tourism. Our heroes get hoodwinked into going to an island of former cannibals for some low-grade sightseeing, predictably get attacked, split up, and variously assaulted. Thus, the reader follows the 3 characters as they try to find each other and escape. There is a 4th plot involving a crew of nasty, ugly mercenaries who spend most of their time killing for the hell of it and nursing their psychosis. Into this, we get ruthless native freedom fighters, the aforementioned cannibals, several absurdly large and dangerous beasties, all in a journey to the centre plot. I say plot because there isn't really much of one. The story goes from one scene of Bruce Lee to the next without respite and without developing anything. There are so many villains that the big baddie, the Kralik, just feels like one of the crew rather than any ultimate sort of evil. The Doctor spends virtually the entire novel doing nothing but muttering, "My giddy aunt." Victoria gets threatened with rape several times. Mick Lewis tries throwing in some style by using Tim O'Brien's stream of conscious passages with the mercenaries. I suppose there is material here for those who, with slasher movies taste. It left me with a bad taste in my mouth that I'm still trying to rinse away. So there you go.
Wow. Shit.
Wow, look at this review right at the bottom. There is nothing but 2 stars out of 5, and it just says different. I'll give it that.
Oh my god. Some people seem to give it just 3 stars, below average. Oh, fuck it, I might just buy it now.
Some people may just like be into torture porn and stuff like that, and just like saw a lot or something.
Like hostile films and demented shit like that. Yeah. Okay. So it's $5.99, free postage and packaging.
I mean, it's got Victoria in it, your favourite companion.
That is true. I for all this time I thought it was a 3rd Doctor novel.
Rags is a 3rd Doctor novel. Combat Rock or Combat Cock is the 2nd Doctor one.
Oh god! Right. Think I will buy it. So
right, enjoy.
Enjoy. I'll just do it later because I haven't got my card on me right now. Yeah. So, fucking hell. 2 stars. Oh, is that the one we just read? Or was that the one?
Yeah, that was 2 stars. We just read.
My God.
So there we go.
So should we end it here then on a high note of rags?
Yeah, that seems like a good way to end. Talking about rag and combat. You know what?
Combat cock.
Yeah, combat cock.
Right, so I have been Harry Williams Productions,
And I've been
talking about
Pitchskullblack.
and we've been talking about Doctor Who books, the underrated, glorious Doctor Who books.
Because Big Finish is just dominating everything.
And we thought we'd give the Doctor Who books a bit of a chance.
Bit of a shine.
So that's it, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. So like, fair, comment, subscribe. I hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. And goodbye. Do you want to say anything else?
Feel free to check out my channel, shameless plug, but I think probably most of my subscribers have probably already subscribed to your channel, so that's probably a bit pointless. But anyway, thank you for watching this.
And goodbye. #combat cock.